Hey guys, today I'm going to do my products I regret buying video. I really enjoy watching these kinds of videos. It's nice to see products that didn't really work out because usually we're raving about products that we love. So a lot of these are from great brands that I love, a lot of their products. It's just these didn't work for me for one reason or another. Maybe I prefer products better than that. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I think actually all of these are from the drugstore, so this is going to be pretty helpful except for a few things from Inglot. So we'll start there with the Inglot Color Play Mascara. So I was on a kick for blue mascara for so long. I did a review on all the colored mascaras I was trying and using, and I bought a lot of different brands for that video. And I'm usually not too picky with mascara, but this just really did not work the way I wanted it to. So the formula, okay, first of all, the brush is just very strange. The bristles seem to stick together with the formula. It's like a triangle when you look at the top. So I found there was product getting caught in between the bristles. I found that it would stick my eyelashes together, like maybe 3 together, and then they would just come apart at the end. It just did not look good. It took me a lot of time to apply it every time. And the favorite that I will repurchase is the Joe Fresh Lash Plump. This is only $8 in Canada if you can find it. And this is like Bad Gal Blue for $8. Like gorgeous, great formula, lots of product, bright blue, volumized lashes. Like I love this one. So moving on to foundations. If you guys have watched me for a while, I'm very picky with foundations. I have combination oily skin, and a lot of foundations don't last on me well or they break me out. So on my quest for perfect foundation, which we all are kind of on this quest, I have 2 that just didn't work for me that sit in my collection, and that's that. I haven't even used them in a while, so I can't remember exactly why they didn't work. The first one is the Neutrogena Nourishing Long Wear Makeup. So this one is supposed to, it has SPF, it's supposed to be very long wearing, lightweight, natural looking coverage, resists heat and humidity. I found this to be not very long wearing, surprisingly. Like the Healthy Skin foundation I think looks better and lasts better than this one. I just wasn't a huge fan, and for something that claims to last 12 hours, it didn't last very well on me. Natural Ivory is the shade I have for that one. And the next one is the Inglot Perfect Cover-Up Foundation. This one is supposed to be good for oily skin, and I found that it never really set onto my skin. It never really dried to like a powdery finish or anything that would last very well, and I just don't think it looked natural on my skin. It didn't look good. So I don't know, it just didn't really work for me, but the packaging is good. You got a nice pump, but yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, I think around $30 or $40, and it just didn't work too well for me. Next are some products from Revlon. So I bought some of their Ultimate Colorstay liquid lipsticks, and I was expecting these to be liquid lipsticks like the Kat Von D, like the Sephora, with maybe just a bit of shimmer to them. No, not good. The first one is in Brilliant Bordeaux, and the next one is in Vigorous Violet. Both of these have shimmer to it. So the red one looks gorgeous looking at it, like a burgundy with red shimmer. The purple is very weird. It has silver glitter in it, so not great. The problem is the formula and the formula. So I swatched them here so you can see 1 coat at the bottom, and I put 2 coats at the top. So first of all, they're very sheer. They're hard to build up. They look very uneven, and they never set to a true matte finish. They stay tacky and sticky on the lips. Like just not good coverage, pigmentation, finish, just not what I would expect. Like Revlon usually has amazing lip products, and those, I was wondering like why has nobody talked about these? Because they're not really good. Okay, so moving on to eyeliners from Revlon. I have these 2 double-ended liners, and These are a cool idea. So I have Carbon Cleopatra, which is a nude and a black, and then Blue Nile, which is a whitish blue with a navy blue. So I've got these swatches of them there. So they swatch well, they're pigmented, they are Kajal, so they're easy to apply, but they're so, I guess, creamy. They don't set down to being waterproof, which you would definitely expect nowadays. Like there's $5 eyeliners that do that, that set, that last, that look amazing. And it's funny, especially because you have a light shade and a dark shade. So I would line the bottom with the nude and line the top with the black, and I would end up with gray, like waterline. It was just not good. They don't set, so I would not recommend those. From Maybelline, the Color Tattoo and Vintage Plum wasn't for me. I prefer Tough as Taupe. Like that one's amazing, beautiful cream gray, great for any look. But this one, it's so similar. It just has a tiny bit of a purpley undertone, but they're totally different. Like this one, it applies patchy and uneven. You definitely need 2 coats of it and it still doesn't look that great. I would definitely just skip this one and go for Tough as Taupe. Next are the Covergirl Lipsticks. So I've raved about the Lip Perfection lipsticks. I love them. I have maybe 15 of them from the original line, and they're great, long wearing, pigmented, like a semi-matte. A lot of the pigmented colors, red, hot pink, like that purpley shade, they stain your lips and they last all day. Like I love them. They feel a bit hydrating while still really lasting. So I was confused. I believe what they did is they got rid of that whole line and brought in the new formulas, which are separated into color categories. And I was like, okay, so they got rid of some shades and I don't know, brought in some new ones. So for example, I have Tempt and Tempt Berry, so old and new. And I swatched them here. So this is the old and new, so same color. I just found that the newer formula didn't stain or last as well as the first one. And I also got this newer one in Eternal Ruby, which is a reddish pink, and I found this one was lacking in pigmentation and didn't seem to stain either. So just, I don't know, it was so good. It was so good, like I loved it, and then it just doesn't work for me. But I know a lot of people don't like when products stain, so maybe the new formula will be your best friend and you'll love it. I don't know, so everyone's a bit different. Next is the Physicians Formula Concealer, the Youthful Wear Dark Circle Corrector and Concealer. So this is an interesting idea with like a light concealer on top and a yellow on the bottom. I found these to be very thick, hard to apply with the ball. Like a cool concept, but it gets stuck. Like when the concealer dries, when you rub it, the ball doesn't move, so you have to go over it a few times. They were both too dark. Like the yellow is very yellow and the light is like a tanned peach for me, so it just wasn't a good color match. And yeah, just a weird product. It didn't really work for me. Next are these nail art pens from Sally Hansen. So sometimes they have absolutely great products, Sally Hansen, but this one, it just didn't make sense to me. So I have 4 of the fine tip pens. I have black, chartreuse, violet, and turquoise. Great colors. What I found is that you have to shake it, you have to apply pressure to get the product to come out. But if your nail polish is wet or even just slightly like tacky, once you push your, pencil into it, the wand, you make a dent into your nail polish. So it really just doesn't make sense. Some of these were a bit sheer too, like when I tried to do it on nail wheels and stuff, like I tried to play around with them and make it work, do it on dry nail polish, but it just doesn't look that good. I would definitely prefer using actual nail polish and using a dotting tool or a brush. Yeah, these, I think they retail for about $10 each, so not worth the money. Then the last thing is something I purchased recently. I did a full review on the Quo Back to Basics eyeshadow palettes. So these are their 2 new palettes for Christmas. Now, I did like the Quo Back to Basics eyeshadow palette, their first one. So this is from 2 years ago, and it dupes the Urban Decay Naked palette, the original. And this was good. I found the pigmentation was great. It was very close to the Naked palette, but when you look at the 2 newer palettes, the pigmentation is not really great. A lot of the colors are very similar to each other. They're very powdery, and I just did not really enjoy them. And this is the other one. So I would not recommend these. These are $25 each, so you'd definitely be better off going, like there's a lot of drugstore eyeshadow palettes that are great, really affordable, or you could go to Sephora and get some of their eyeshadow palettes. So for me, yeah, those were just a miss. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.